Hello dear friends and all Gene users, it's me Paul. Today I'm officially starting the development of the new Gene 2.3, so you will have chance to watch the progress of the development and also the chance to support this development via Patreon or PayPal me. The links are in the description. Also feel free to subscribe to this channel that you will not miss any new video updates about this development. Today you will see what will be part of this new Gene and what I plan or what functions I plan to implement into this new Gene 2.3. At first I want to extend the compare function. It means that if we look today for the Gene 2.2, there is a compare function available only for the first future prediction in the F column, but there is no option to make comparison of the new drawn numbers with the future predictions like P1, P2 to Pn. So this I will change, and you will have chance to make the comparison with the future predictions like we have seen or we see here. It means when you got new numbers after the first predictions, you will fill them in here, click the compare, and it will be compared with all the output boxes to show how many matches you have with the drawn numbers, and then that you can do it with the first predictions and the future prediction. So that will allow you one possibility or strategy that you can play and which I'm using quite often. It means that I run the Gene, for example, for 1 week, and then I'm just using the numbers from the F column and for the predictions for 2 weeks. So I don't need to use the Gene at all to run it on my computer, and I'm just comparing it. And very simply, when I took these numbers from the best output box, then when I got new numbers from the lottery, I just fill them in right here, click the compare, and compare it. Until now, even me, I had to do it manually, so it was time consuming, and sometimes I was quite lazy to do it. So now it will be really available, and this allows you to use the Gene more efficiently. The second will be related to filter, which I want to extend it not only the filter we have today, but to split it to the upper and to lower filter. When we look for today filter, it's very simple that we can build the gates from the bottom up, like we have here, for example, a wall with the value 1, 2 and 3, like it is here. So it means, for example, to get over this wall in the 5th drawing day, we should have at least 3 matches, and that's about to make it even harder and to get the better ways. And furthermore, now the filter will have also the upper part. So until now, in fact, the filter we are using, it will be called the lower filter, so there is no change, so you can still use it like we are using it today. It means 1 to 3 from bottom up, so it works in the same way, but then there will be added an option with upper filter, which goes from up down, so upside down, and it means that you will have chance to press the wave where you wish. For example, here we have a number 4, 3 and 2, so it means if the result will be higher than 4 here, then it will not pass the filter. And here you are making such kind of windows, so there you should have maximum 6 matches, but not less than 1, so you will have to get into that window. And you might ask what it will be good for, and the main reason is that you will have a chance to press it mainly in the beginning, where you will look for a weaker wave where it was not the gene so lucky, but then you want to have the gene luckier. So you can even press it to 0, so you will require to have no results in the beginning, but then the waves, and it can be very useful when you are using the lottery with many previous drawing days, like with the whole history of the lottery. So that is the look of the new filter, and I'm curious about the results in this filter. The third function I plan to implement, and it's quite similar to filter, but it's different mainly in the evaluation, and it's called twister, and it's not dependent on filter. So the twister will have a new input box, which is called a twister, where you can put just two values like true or false, or 0 and 1. And in this example, if you put a 0, it will evaluate the worst result. It means, for example, 0 matches will have more value than 8 matches. So it will be in fact inverted compared to evaluation what we have today. And if you will have number 1, then it will be evaluated like we have it today. So it means more matches means more value than less matches. So let's see it here. So for example, these 3 drawings are evaluated. So this one, for example, has only, we have 1 match, and it has more value, it will have more value in the evaluation than this one where we have 5 matches. And if we furthermore, so if we have the normal evaluation, then 3 matches are more than 2 matches if there will be just 2 matches, or more than 1 match. And again, you might ask what it can be useful for, and the main reason is that you will have possibility without using the filter to play with the evaluation. And one of the example I mentioned in the filter as well is that you can press or evaluate the long history that you want the gene to have be not lucky in the beginning, but then be luckier at the end, so you can somehow to get better results at the end. So it means that I can ask for the worst results in the beginning or in the middle, and then at the end I will ask for the best results. And so this approach can bring really interesting and very powerful waves, and I'm curious or passionate about what the results really will be. And again, it will be one of the breakthroughs it can be brought with this new Gene 2.3 update. So that's about the twister. The next function will be also interesting to implement, and I'll be curious about the results, and it's about the order option. It will be quite simple to set up. So there will be a new checkbox called ordered, and when you check it, then it will be evaluating the values only the ordered ones, but excluding not the ordered ones. So that will be different from today's counting of matches. And some of you already asked for that, and I think that will be quite interesting and more close to real, to even that will be next step to get to more real generation and to be more close to real lottery generators. So let me explain it how this will work. We have normally the input box where are the numbers which were drawn in order by the lottery machine, by the real lottery machine. So these are ordered normally, and until now it was it doesn't matter if you write the number 35 here or here, just it was important to have here the right numbers. But when you check the order, then it will matter, and you should write it in the order in the same order as the numbers were drawn. And for example, if we match the number 35, then the gene, as we know, the gene is generating in chain like this one for 135, and it goes on in chain to all these future or the days, and then it generates the predictions. So this one normally is calculated as one hit, but with the ordered option there is no hit, because this is in the first position and the gene generated this in the second position, so it's like nothing. And if I continue, we have number 32 in the third position, and it's also in the third position, so it's counted as one. And finally we have number 4, but it's not in the right position, so it's not counted. And in the second draw there is a number 4, and we have number 4. So if you have lottery just where only one number is drawn in one drawing machine, like the lottery pick 3 or cash 4, then to check the order does not make any difference, or it will not influence the result. So it will have influence only with lotteries or drawing machines where there is more than one number drawn. So when we look for that with current evaluation or counting of hits, we have four matches, 4 numbers. But if we check the ordered mode, then we have only 2 matches, 32 and 4. And then we can continue, or the gene will continue. Number 5 is in the same position, so that we have 1 hit, and it equals, we have also 1 hit when it's ordered. So if I continue, number 2 is not in the right position, number 23 is also in different position. It means with current method we have 2 matches, but no matches at all with this ordered mode. Then I continue, number 18 is not in the right position, 15 is correct. So we have normally 2 matches, but only 1 is counted. And the best scenario, which is showing that it's really matching also the sequence in order, is the 5th day, where we have number 10, 18, 26, and 19 is also in the right position. So we have 4 hits and all 4 are counted. So 4 hits are counted. So this is a new interesting feature I plan to implement, and we will see what the results really will be. It's in fact making these conditions for gene to find a way, making these conditions much harder. But in fact it will find the waves, and it will exclude a lot of waves which have matches but not in the right order. So this can bring something really new. And as you see, I presented 4 new functions, and it also means that the gene becomes more complex. Not maybe for you who are familiar with this, so it's just simple, but let's see, we are getting some kind of matrix of options that you have a lot of options you can set up, and for some of you it can be quite confusing or quite difficult to set it up. So for that reason, I'm not sure if it will be really part of Gene 2.3, but for that reason I like to add a strategy selector that will look like the game or language selector, and you will there have a chance to select the presets of parameters it means that you can, for example, have strategy where the numbers are ordered, where is used the twister on the beginning and at the end some filter settings, also the mode, and there will be, you can select even the rating method and so on. And you don't need to select each individual parameters, but all will be related to selected strategies, so you can then put the names to these strategies. Also the strategies will have its special list, like the game list or language list, where you can make a preset for the strategy. Just some presets will be done by me, but also you can make your strategy list, which you can use by yourself, or you can share it in our Wave Hunters group on Facebook. So that will bring us and simplify the settings before we run it when the gene is getting more complex. And furthermore, for those who will buy the gene and you will be a beginner or start just to using the gene, I plan to add the easy guider. It's something that might help you to really simply start the gene without using tutorials or without need to deep study. And in fact, it's about to add some guiding module which can look like this, where you have option to select the lottery game. You can then click next, you can select the language, the mode, everything will be just through this guider. So for example, I will select the game, then I will click next, then I can select the strategy, I will click next, and so on. So that will be something that will guide you, and you don't need to think about you forget to set up something or whatever. So if we look for that, there are 4 functions which will be really part of the Gene 2.3, and based on time I'd like to add also the strategy selector and easy guider. There will not add some extra function, but make the life easier for me and for you regarding the user interface. So we will see. And that's it, what I plan to add. I think there is a lot of interesting things that you can look forward to, and as I mentioned, watch the progress in this video updates, and you have chance also to already support it via Patreon, PayPal me, and as always you can subscribe, like and share it everywhere where you can. So I got to work. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on the first video update. Until that, have a great time and goodbye.